In the heart of Seoul, where the city breathes between towering skyscrapers and quiet, winding alleys, time seems to bend gently, especially in Idwan, a district cloaked in elegance and whispers of old-world charm. It was November 2020 when a quiet ripple stirred its still waters. No grand headlines, no flashing cameras. Just the signature on a paper, and with it, a young man's silent vow. He was known to the world as Jungkook, golden matinee of BTS, a performer who danced with the wind and sang with the weight of 1,000 emotions. But here, in this quiet corner of Seoul, he was simply Jaeon Jungkook, a 23-year-old man making a decision not as a celebrity, but as someone quietly thinking of the future. The house he bought wasn't glamorous, not yet. Built in 1976, aged but standing, its wooden beams carried stories from a different time. To some, it may have looked unremarkable. To Jungkook, it was a seed. A place waiting to become something more. He paid 7.63 billion won, around 98 billion rupiah, for that two-story home, nestled in Idwan's serene arms. Why here? Fans asked on forums, their curiosity laced with warmth. One netizen wrote, maybe he's building a home, not a house. Somewhere his soul can rest when the world gets too loud. It wasn't long before quiet plans turned into action. By July 2022, the permits were in hand. The old structure was brought down, brick by brick, like shedding the past to make way for something new. In December that year, the demolition was complete. And soon after, construction began, not just of walls and windows, but of a dream. A new house began to rise, subtle and strong. 2 floors below the earth, 3 floors above. Over 1,116 square meters of space. Not a mansion for show, but a sanctuary in the making. Speculations buzzed like summer cicadas. Is it an investment? Some wondered, eyes on the rising property values in Idwan. Indeed, by 2024, the land's worth had climbed to 10 billion won. A sharp mind would see numbers, opportunity. But those who knew Jungkook's heart saw something else. He's the kind who builds for meaning, not just money, a fan wrote softly. This isn't just about value, it's about vision. He had always been generous, quietly so. In December 2020, he gifted his older brother a luxury apartment in Yongsan City Park, Seoul. 184 square meters of comfort. A gesture without announcement, just love, wrapped in keys and bricks. His fans saw it not as an act of pride, but of gratitude. Of remembering who stood by him when he was just a boy from Busan, dreaming too big for the world to understand. Before this house in Idwan, Jungkook had once owned an apartment in Seoul Forest Trimage. He bought it in 2018, sold it in 2020. Perhaps he had outgrown it, not in space, but in soul. That apartment was a moment. The house in Idwan felt like a beginning. Idwan itself is no ordinary neighborhood. Lined with embassies, international boutiques, and secret gardens, it is a place where elegance breathes easily. Diplomats walk its shaded lanes. Celebrities like Rain and Taehyung reside quietly in its folds. It's a place where privacy is respected, and life can be lived, softly. And perhaps that's what Jungkook sought. The blueprint of the house remains private. But rumors, gentle and full of hope, float in the air. That it will have a high-tech security system, as expected. That there might be a personal music studio, tucked beneath the earth where inspiration can flow undisturbed. That a fitness center and perhaps a private pool will grace its halls, as he has always cared for his body like a temple. That a home theater might light up with the films he loves, and a modern kitchen where he might cook late at night, just for the joy of it. More than all, people whisper about the garden. A green space carved into the city's stone. A quiet place where birds can sing louder than traffic, and where he might one day sit with someone he loves. Do you think it's for someone special? Another fan wrote, maybe not now, but someday. He deserves to come home to love. As the completion date, May 31, 2024, drew near. The air seemed to hold its breath. Fans weren't just curious, they were emotional, because to them, Jungkook wasn't just a star building a mansion. He was a boy they had watched grow into a man, now carving out a future not on stage, but in bricks and quiet spaces. "I'm proud of him," one post read simply. "He's not just chasing dreams anymore. He's building them." For Jungkook, this house might be a place to rest after years on the road. A place to write songs in peace. A place to start again when the lights dim and the crowds fade. Or maybe it will be a family home, filled with laughter, with the scent of morning pancakes and the quiet creak of wooden stairs. Whatever it becomes, it will be his. And that matters, because there is something universally sacred about making a home. About choosing a space and saying, "Here. This is where I'll breathe." It's a decision that speaks not just of money or fame, but of longing, for peace, for belonging, for future days that don't need applause to feel full. Jungkook's journey reminds us all that success isn't only about stages and lights. Sometimes, it's about learning to build stillness, to invest in roots, to prepare a space not just for yourself, but for the life you want to live. In a world that moves fast, he paused. In a city that never sleeps, he dreamed of rest. And that is a story worth telling. Because no matter who we are, idle or unknown, we all, at some point, long for a place to call our own. A place where we can close the door and feel completely ourselves. And when someone as extraordinary as Jungkook reaches for that simple, universal hope, it reminds us, we all deserve a home built on love, shaped by intention, and filled with the quiet promise of tomorrow.